So we did that on MyFlix. I did some changes which I want to share with you. So site name initially was like this, something myflix.info. I I changed it to the window.location.hostname in the config. So if in the URL website, if it's a local host, then I'm making the folder myflix. Otherwise, if it is a particular domain, it will create its own folder. I added one more configuration, category list.us. This is something I'm building my own website. This is for my personal purpose, which we will not discuss in the class because this is something separate to the class. This is I'm building my own website, like this one is building by the Tony, and we are building this in the class. So this one I just added one configuration and I created the folder also. So maybe this is separate. You can keep it side. This is my personal project which I'm building. And same thing if I go to index.js, no, not here. Let's see, or app.js. I added one more configuration line, category list, because this is something I'm building it. If you are also building in your some personal project, you can also add else condition and you can put a lot of things inside it, whatever you want. I created some actions which are especially only for my category list.us. So it will not affect the overall website. So it's only for my category list kind of thing. So if you are building same thing, just try to make it private to your folder. Only thing I added in the store, the reducer for the category list, because all reducers will come inside the store. Otherwise, everything will go inside the folder where you are working on. So you should not touch other files. You should be concentrating on this, your folder. So this is some changes which I did for my project. Now we will go over Netflix. So I can go to the admin. I can see all my list kind of thing. I can add categories. I can add videos. In the videos, I can select the categories. I can put the video ID. For example, we did it on that day. I'll do it again. So I will take the URL and I will put that URL here. So it will automatically fetch the URL, thumbnail, and all the details from the YouTube website, and then I can add the video. So this is the video which is from. I can click it and I can view the detail page of that video.
Talk about Mr. Incredible, even if by.
So this is all about the view videos kind of thing. Now I will build the main home page. I will build the home page where I will be putting lot of different kind of views. I showed one view on that day. I will show you again. That part still I haven't done it. I will do it when I get time. So I found something similar to Netflix, but that is not in the React. So I need to convert it into the React kind of thing. I will show you how it looks. So this is kind of Netflix like interface. See, but it is not in the React form, so I need to convert it into the React. So if I can get this done, we can create multiple rows to work like a Netflix. But I right now I don't have time, so maybe after few days when I get time I will do that one. Okay, so this is something we will do in future, not now. But here in the home page, I will be doing lot of different views which will look differently. We will build different kind of views, and based on the view, we will show display to the user. So let's try to build one view first. So we already have the list, and there are a lot of list kind of thing. I can take this. So I can take this list, and if I go to home page, see right now the default list is coming, which I mentioned you. I created a default list in one of the place. Maybe I think in the not here. I put somewhere default list. Yeah, I put it in the myfirebase.js, the default list ID. Maybe it's better I should take it from here. I should put something somewhere in the myflix only. That will be much better. So let's create a new file called as myflix.action.js, and I will also create a new file called as myflixreducer.js, and in the action I will create export constant default list equal to an arrow function, or I can directly give the ID. Directly I can take the ID and put it here. So let's take this ID and put it here. So I have default list here. Let's get this default list inside my home page. Right now I'm calling the default list from the Firebase constant, but I don't want it from that file. I will say import default list from my action.js, and I will get this default list instead of Firebase constant. I will this default list. I don't need, I need the Firebase for other purpose, but not for this one. And I will delete it from the my Firebase, because this my Firebase should be common to all. I should not put the myflix thing inside it. So let's remove it from here. So right, I'm seeing this default list. Let's try to change it and see if it is really calling from the correct place. I will say 11111. I'm getting default list from the proper place. But if I pass this ID of the list which I want to view, I will see that ID here, this one. So initially, when user will come to myflix page, he will see the website which I'm building it. That is the default one. But later on, when he wants to view his own list, he can put the ID here and he can view the list, his own list, whatever he wants to view. He can share this URL to his friends, and then they can see this this URL or this website. So this is how it will work. Okay, so now let's build this home page. So this is my home page, and this is the ID. Let's to the console.log. State on home page is this.state. We'll say class name equal to container. I will not put the class name equal to container. Let's think what should we build. So I will be creating different views. It's not necessary that all the views I will put it for the final phase, because I may like some views, I may not like some views. So depend on the things I will be, I will be using it or not. So let's put some functions here. Component did mount. I will be using component did mount. I will go to the MyFlex folder and I'll create a folder. Maybe I can say views, and here I will put different kind of views. So maybe I will say view1.js. Like this, I will create multiple views. And I will put in this view component, and here I will say view1, and here I'll say view1, and I'll save it as view2.js, and here I'll say view2, and view2. In the home page, I will build something here which will tell me which view to select, kind of thing. I have to go to view 1 or view 2, something like that. So here I will put some, or I can put it in the navigation also. Let's put in the navigation. So we have the list. We don't need the account page right now. I will delete it. Account page is not needed. Let's say, and I don't need even this drop down for this one. I need this drop down for the views purpose. So I will say views. So I will be saying view 1, and it will go to the, it will go to particular this URL. I have to manipulate it. I will do it in some time, 1 minute. Let's say I will do view 1 for now, or I can say, okay, let's say view 1, and I'll say view 2. Now if I go and here to the console.log of props are this.props. So I am in the navigation and I'm showing the props, and same thing I will copy it in the home page. I will say props home. In the home page are these props. Let's see what is the difference between the props on the home page and props on the navigation page. So if I see props in the home page, you will see we have the match, and we have the params, and we have the list, which is this list. But if I see same thing in the navigation, I don't get this kind of thing. No history, no location, no match. Then how will I access this part? Can you tell me how will I access this part in the navigation? Because I want to see whether list is coming or not. Just type it or tell me how will I access this list in the navigation component. Anybody? This is not the detail page. I want to access this list ID, which is coming in the home page like this. But I want to access this list ID in the navigation. How will I access? I don't want the routing part. Routing is already there. I am able to access this here in the home page, the list, but I want to access this list in the navigation. How will I access that? So this .props.match.params is only appearing in the home page. This is the home component. If you see the props in the home are this .props.match.params.list is there, but I don't have this pattern in the navigation. See, in the navigation component, I don't see this pattern. This match is not there. So if I do this .match.params in the navigation component, it will not work. So link to is not there because this navigation is in the part of the home page. So when the page load, it goes to the app.js, and in the app.js it goes to the myflix layout. Let's go to the myflix layout. In the myflix layout, we have the navigation part here and we have the routing part here. So link to does not exist. There is nothing like link to will happen in the navigation. I want to access this one list ID in the navigation. I want to access this part in the navigation. So if I go to the navigation, since I want to build this URL based on the list ID, let's say if I put like this, console.log cpp this dot props dot match dot params dot list. This is the right path of the list, but I will not get that one in the navigation. I'm getting error because nothing exists like this. But if I copy this and if I put it in the home page, you will see I'm able to see the PPP. So I want to see this PPP in the navigation component, not in the home component. In home component also I want to see, but now I want to see it in the navigation component because I want this part in the navigation. How will I get it? How will you pass it to navigation? If navigation is called from the home page, let's say if I go this in the layout, if I take this part and put it in the home page like this, then I can pass it here. List equal to this dot props dot match dot params dot list. But we are not calling navigation from the home page. We are calling navigation from this one. So how will I pass it? Okay, so reducer is something that means you need to update something here in the home page. When component will load, you should pass that variable to the reducer, to the action, and from the action you can get it. So yeah, that is one way. We can put something here. It will go to the reducer. It will go to the action, and from the action it will go to the reducer, and it will come back with some proper variable. That is one way. But I want to show you another way which people are using it. So another thing, we need to import one statement that is called with router from React router. So from the React router, we have to import with router, and we have to take this with router and we have to wrap it here. We have to wrap it here. This one should be wrapped around the with router. Now let's see if we are getting it or not. So now if I go to the props nav, I am getting the match. Inside match, I am getting params, but still I am not getting the params for the list one. I am getting the params. Okay. So because when navigation is at the top level, at that time this list is not created, and that's the reason we are not getting it. Yeah. So so one way is we can get it from the path name, but that is not the right way. Yeah, so ultimately, in some cases, navigation appears after the home page. Then we can probably get this list one. But here in this case, we are not getting it. So the reducer is the one way which we have to go. So let's remove the routing part. Since it is not working, so let's remove that one. And so another thing will be we need to put it in the reducer. So let's put it in the reducer. I will create a reducer template. And instead of map prop here, we need to post the reducer. So let's build the reducer of MyFlix reducer, and it should be similar to auth reducer, only the variables will change. So here we are saying the list one is initially null, and I will here say change list, and here I will say list equal to action dot payload, and here I will change it to MyFlix reducer. Okay. I need to call this my filter in the store. Yes, and I will say my flex reducer. My flex is the folder, and this is the reducer, and need to add it. Get it in the reducer, and now we have to create the action. In the action, I will say export function change. What is this? Change what? Change list equal to function, and here I will pass the new list. If you see the actions, how we are creating it, let's take one of the action. So we need to return something like this. Here we have to return it. Its type equal to change list and payload equal to new list. And I have to call this change list in the home page from my flexaction.js. So I'm calling change list from my flexaction.js. Let's move this to the top. So I am already having my flex.js. Let's call it here in the comma separated. And I need to call this change list here with the new list. I'll say call change list. I pass the new list and I call the change list from the action to this one. And now I have to call this one, the component did mount. And here I want to pass the new list name. And the new list name is nothing but this dot state dot list underscore id. So once I pass this, it will go to the state and it will come here as a, so this I have to change it to my flex reducer. And here I will put it small letter. It is a capital letter here. To differentiate between two, I will put it small letter. And so now let's see how it's coming. So when the home page gets loaded, I have to see the change list is here. And in the myflex reducer, I'm getting the list of this one. So let's say if I remove this part, then I'm getting myflex with the different ID, which is the default one. Otherwise, I'm getting the ID from here, the URL. So now I'm getting my flex reducer, I'm getting the list from the URL. So this is a good idea. Kate told to put it in the reducer. We have one way, always this is the way we should put it in the reducer and get it from the reducer. But I was thinking if I can get it away from it and make it simple, but that's not the way. So now we have to call reducer here in the nav multi. So let's call the same thing here. I will copy this part and I will put it here. I don't need to change the list here. So I will delete this part. I need only this flex reducer. And in the top, I have to call the connect. This one. Now we will see what is coming in the props. So initially list is null, and then we get the list as here. So we are getting the list now in the navigation. Okay, so we are getting the list in the navigation. So let's build the URL. So I will say let URL is equal to, now URL will start with this list ID, and I have to check if it is default list ID, then I don't create the URL with this one. Otherwise I should create with this one. So I should also get the default one. So let's get the default one in the Melty. So default list, I don't need change list. I will go to one level back, matrix section. So let's see if this, I will only work if we get the list ID. So if I will say if this dot props, if this dot props dot myflex reducer dot list, if this is present, then only we will do the following things. Otherwise URL will be empty or like this. So if we get something in the list, we will build the new URL, and here I will say if default list, if both are same, then I don't need this path. So I will say if not equal to, if both are different, I will build URL is equal to slash plus this list, which is coming in the URL. I will build one URL like this. I will do console.log URL is URL. Let's see what URL is coming. So we will fix this warning sign soon after we are done with something. Let's see what URL is coming, that slash this one, because it is not the default one. If I remove this one, you will see URL is empty because we are getting the default one. Now this is the URL which we have to prefix with all our the URLs. So for example, when user go to the myflix, also it should be appended with this URL which I created here. So here I will say it will be, I will use the tick mark. There is a tick, and here this is the ES6 version of the tick mark. Here I can use a variable or text together. So here I will create a text variable called as dollar curly bracket URL. So I will use this one. So right now, since we are in this one normal default one, so we don't see the difference in the URL. Let's go back with the ID and we'll see the URL now. So now if you see here in the status bar, the URL is with that ID, this ID. You are able to see the status bar. See, it is giving with the URL. So this is the URL which we built for the main link. Let's do this one for all. For homepage also, this one will be the URL. Then manage list is fine. It will go to create page. For the view one, I will build the URL like this. So after the URL, we will say /view1. And for the second one, I will say /view2. Let's see how it looks. Okay, views is having list under it. Why list? I don't need list. I need directly these to be the part of the views. So I have used view 1. If I say view 1, you will see the URL in the status bar. Check the status bar. So we have view 1 and we have view 2. View 1, view 2, view 1, view 2. If I go to default one, I will give view 1, view 2 without any ID. That means it is a default one. Let's create the router also for that. So in the router for that, I'm using switch here. Remember that switch will find the first route and then it will not go further. So if it finds the first route, it will not go further. So here I can create a URL with I can say view 1 and I can say view 2. It will also go to home page. Or here I will say it should be dynamic. So I will say view template. Whether it's a view 1 or view 2. It's a view template. But how will you differentiate between this one and this one? So we should have view 1. We will type particularly view 1, but then I won't be able to see the real template, because if I say view 1, I won't be able to really differentiate between view 1 and view 2. I don't have a variable. If I do view 1 and view 2 like this, I don't have the variable of these two, so I cannot differentiate it. So let's maybe create something different. I will say view / view template. I create a new kind of URL where I'm passing view and I'm putting view template. So view template will be view 1 or view 2. So I'm particularly forcing it to go view and view template. Then it will not go to this part or this part because this URL is entirely different. So we created this view kind of template. So we need to change here we need to change kind of thing. One more template we have to do where we have the list ID and then view. So I will copy this one and I will paste it here. So we should have one more thing, that is one list is there, then view is there, and then view template is there. So this will take care of the default case and this will take care of the special cases when we have particular list. So now if I go to multi, so here I will say URL view 1, and in second case I will say view 2. Let's see if we are getting proper props. So this is normal one. If I pass view, I am getting view 1, and here you will see I am getting view template as a view 1, and I will be able to access view 1. Do we have small letter view 1 or okay? We have capital view 1. But I won't be able to get that dynamically. Okay, let's put view 1 and let's put view 2. View 1, view 2. So if I go to the first view 1, I am getting match as view template as view 2 or view 1. Here I am getting view template as view 1. So I know that I will be able to access view 1 or view 2. So okay, so we have view 1, view 2. Let's do it here now, what we should do. Okay, let's try something with ID. So I have this ID and I'll try view 1. So it's going to ID and then view 1 or view 2. So we are able to access without the ID also and with ID also. I'm able to access the view template. So at least let's remove this part. I don't need to see this part. I will remove all the console.log for now. Okay, so we removed all the console.log except this URL and I'm on the home page. So I will be building from today and tomorrow. We will be building view 1, view 2, lot of views we will be building, and then we will finalize which view we should use it for our final thing, for our final project. Maybe we can keep 2-3 views, or maybe we keep all, or maybe we keep 1 or 2, depend on thing. So now let's do one more thing. Based on the view, I want to show view here. So we are, let me see what is coming here in the props. This dot props dot match dot param. Let's see what is coming here. So we are getting list and we are getting view template. Let's say if I don't pass view template, I am getting only the list ID. Let's say if I don't pass the list ID. So in the props, I'm not getting the list ID, but at least I'm getting the list ID from here, state. So let's also match the state. Right now I'm not passing anything, but in the state, I get the ID of the list. And if I pass something, then I am also getting state list in the list ID in the state. So we have the list ID based on the, and if we don't get this view, let's say if we are not passing view, we should use the any one of the view. So maybe I can use view 1. So let's try to get the view, which view we are dealing with. So here maybe I can say view. Let's say I will put default as view 1, and here I will say get view, and here I will do switch of this dot ops dot match dot params dot, what was that, match dot params dot view template. I will do the switch statement, and I will do the different case statement. View 1 console.log. I am in view 1. Take in view 2. I am in view 2. Take, and I will do the default one. The default one will go to the view 1, and I will call this get view here in the this dot view in the component date mount. So if you see the console.log, I am in the view 2 because this is view 2. I will pass view 1. So it's saying view 1, and I will say nothing, then it will go to view 1. Now I will import all the views. So I will say import view 1 from views view1.js, and I will also import view 2. Initially view will be null, and later on, as soon as we go to view 1, I will say this dot set state view equal to or let's create a variable, and then I will use the variable outside. Let view equal to null, and here I will say view equal to, I will call this as a view 1. So I will say view 1. In the second case, I will say view 2. Third case, I will say view 1. We are creating the template. This is a template. And in the end, I will commit it into the state. View is equal to view. This view is nothing but the state which we have view, and this view is nothing but this one. And in the final one, I will say this dot state dot view. So we are getting view 1. If I pass to view 2, I'm not getting this because component loads only one time, and if I'm changing this, it does not load second time. So better is we should copy this part here in the render part. So I copied, I did not put in the get view. Let's delete the get view. Let's delete the get view because it's not useful. I will remove the state variable. So I will directly put switch statement here in the render part, and I'll say view equal to null, and I get the template, and based on the template, based on this variable, I construct the view variable and then just call this view. Now I'm getting view 2 because URL is view 2. If I change to view 1, it's changing to view 1. Now it is based on the URL, whatever URL is coming. If I was putting in the component date mount, it was calling only the once. So when we are changing the URL, it was not really calling it. So we have to put this logic here inside the render one rather than putting in the component date mount. So like this, we will be shifting now view 1, view 2, and we will be adding more views. Maybe I can create some more views later on, not today, to see different views. So we will be building different kinds of views, and user can choose what view he likes. Whatever view he likes, he can use it, and he can see that view. So like that, we will do this change tomorrow. We will be trying to build lot of views from tomorrow and see which one looks very good. We will keep those views.